Welcome back, my beautiful mimusas. We have Astro Mystic Medicine time together. I am going to be sharing with us the significance of the North Node collectively, like our collective curriculum when we're going through a specific zodiac sign North Node, which we always are. We have been for the last 2 years, the North Node in Pisces, the South Node in Virgo. All of us collectively have had this as our soul curriculum. You've heard me speak that we individually have our North Node on in a specific zodiac sign. And the North Node is basically where we need to keep our North Star, our intuitive awareness towards where we're headed in this lifetime on our own specific soul curriculum. So we each have our own individual North Node and South Node. And I find that that is one of the most important points in our charts to come to tend to understand, to be more in the light of, and to embrace and love our shadows of our South Node, as well as our North Node. And so today's share is actually the collective movement and the closing of the Pisces and Virgo energy, which we have been in. And this is the last month. So for around a month, I don't remember actually, as I'm recording this, the specific day in which it changes, but I believe it changes sometime in July. We're in the closing energy. So we're in the closing energy before it moves from Pisces to Aquarius, from Virgo to Leo. So we're closing the Pisces Virgo chapter of being and becoming and remembering that you are the mystic. I will speak so much more. I'm going to break it down into 4 sacred themes. You know I will. And we're going to be moving into Aquarius Leo, where the sacred medicine is going to be about becoming. Now that our soul remembrance, we've been in those chapters, in those life learnings and those experiences that have to do with Pisces and Virgo, and we're moving to Aquarius and Leo. We're going to be moving into the higher essence of Aquarius, because Aquarius is the North Node and Leo is the South Node. And we're going to be moving from the mystic to now actually becoming the visionary change maker builder that we want to be. So it's from an energy of from Virgo to Pisces, so the South Node to North Node. One of the biggest lessons was to move from fixing energy, which is shadow of Virgo, to trusting ourselves and trusting that our life is enough, and that life is enough, and that life is going to teach us through the mystery. Because Pisces is the oneness sign. Pisces is the we are interconnected sign. So we are moving from, in Pisces to Aquarius, from I. So I have been remembering that I am one with all. So see the I energy. And with Virgo, they're both healer signs, Pisces and Virgo. And they're just embodied in a different way. Meaning Pisces is in devotion to surrender, and Virgo is in devotion, in sacred devotion to the daily, into bringing down that ethereal teaching into our body, into our practices, and through our art, and through everything that we do in the daily. So it's the same, it's a healer archetype. So we're moving from being in the healer archetype, or being the healer of healing ourselves. And remember, when I speak of healing, I actually speak in referring to the etymology, or one of the meanings or etymology of healer, which is wholeness. So from remembering that we are whole to actually healing community collectively. So it's from the I, we're moving from I energy to we energy in Aquarius, because Aquarius is the sign of the collective humanitarian. So much more. I'll say more about Aquarius, but energetically, summary, we're moving from the I to the we, into I am whole, I am healing. When I speak of healing, remember, it's not I'm having to fix, I'm having to do better, which we as humans are, we're made to do that as well. And that in and of itself is also the light side of Virgo, is the loving, the order and the discernment and the structure that will give us that safety feeling, but without the attachment of perfectionist tendencies, OCD-nesses, control, etc., etc. So my beauties, I am going to, hold on. I am going to share with you all, hold on, I lost it a little bit because I just started reading. I was like, oh, I need to tell them this, hold on. Yes, I will share with you all. So that from the Pisces to the Aquarius, we're moving from the I to the we. And from Leo to Aquarius. So remember that the Virgo is a South Node. What we have embodied, our soul imprint, what we have come in with karmically, our unconsciousness, things that we actually have already learned. We don't need to keep learning and learning and learning and learning. It's actually now living and embodying and integrating our South Node, everything that's also our soul gifts, and then moving and evolving. And the higher teachings actually are coming from our North Node. And so the Leo to Aquarius, remember that's what we're moving into. And so the Leo is the South Node and the Aquarius is the North Node. So the Leo energy in essence is we are moving from expressing ourselves. That's also I energy. Leo is very much I shine my light, I share, I express my creativity, etc. But it's moving from Leo to Aquarius. So from expressing myself just to receive the deliciousness of what it feels like to shine like a Leo self, we are moving from that energy, that's our South Node, to the energy of contributing and sharing my sacred, unique self, but in order to serve the global community, to serve in a more humanitarian way, to serve the collective, not just to serve myself, but to be in service of the greater good, which is Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is, it really is like the humanitarian, basically. Like if you could share one term, the humanitarian heart would be Aquarius. And so if you notice within yourself, or you notice collectively, how many people have been coming online to their creativity, to their intuition, to surrendering more to the flow of life in these last 2 years. So many beautiful things have been gifted to us thanks to Pisces collective energy that we've been in the school with. So if you've been in school with it, you've actually been working with that energy internally. And even if you haven't been conscious to it, what I notice is that so many people are actually working with that energy but not being conscious to it. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to speak this language. But for me, speaking this language, it really just lights up life for me in a new and exciting way. So that's why I make these shares with you. Let me know, of course, what is resonating. I love to hear back what style of videos, how what is it that really also activates you, because it helps me as well, as I'm a sacral generator in human design. It makes me respond and see what is a yes for me in order to respond to you all in a new way. If it feels like a yes for me, of course. So if it lights me up to do something different or something that you're asking, then I will certainly do it because it feels like a yes for me. So my beauties, I am going to start with Pisces Virgo energy. So I'm going to share with you the four sacred themes, and I'm going to move from Pisces to the highest of Pisces, because that's our North Node, and then the Virgo energy, and then I'm going to share Aquarius, what we're moving into, the Aquarius energy, and then the Leo energy. So we're going to do a recap of where we've been. So if any of these points that I share, these sacred themes that I share, if you want to write them down, I'm actually going to list out what I share on the description, so you don't have to write it down. But if something like pops out at you, like, oh my God, yes, I've been working with this in the last 2 years, just to support you, go ahead and do so. So Pisces, one of the main themes is healing through surrender. It is the last sign in the zodiac, so it's the one that needs to surrender. Winter, like the last breath in order for spring to be reborn. So the light of Pisces is we are one. We are one divine community. So it is about divinity. It's oneness, unity consciousness. We are not separate. Life is sacred. You are being supported. Your intuition has been rising. Your compassionate heart has been opening. Your sacred trust in all of life, instead of forcing your life, has been increasing. Remembering one of the mystical truths that divine timing rules all of our time. Living in the mystery through your art has been your medicine. So remembering that your art, however it is that your soul gifts your art, and remember that your art can be like your art doesn't have to look a specific way. You can be a mathematician and still be an artist. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, my beautiful change makers. Don't fixate when I say words on your perception of what it looks like. Feel into it. If it's a yes for you, it's a yes. If it's a no, it's a no. So that has been Pisces in the light. Pisces in our shadow has been serving and over-serving others through the lens of self-sacrificing ourselves. So we have had to look at the deeper layers of how much is this really something that I've been wanting to serve and do, or is it because I need to, because it would make me nicer, it would make me kinder, whatever you want to call it. People would give me validation, etc., etc. People would think I'm being of service because I'm giving to others. But if you're doing it out of self-sacrifice, then that is one of the deepest shadows of Pisces, where you're like, I am the savior. I am the one who is here to save others, but it's at the cost of sacrificing your needs, your desires, anything that fills you up. Escaping, I know this one well, my whole life. Escaping, avoiding conflict, avoiding your own life, like your own relationships, your own karmic relationships in which you were born into. Hello, I raised my hand for that one for most of my life, until probably this last decade, and then mostly the last 5 years of my life. Spiritual bypassing, addictions. Oh my God. Addictions with Pisces can be like not doing anything, just like scrolling all day, or being in your moods and your emotions and just like stuck in it. Dissociating, feeling powerless, waiting to be rescued. Oh my God, I know this one so well. No boundaries. I know all of these so well. The shadow of the Pisces. Oh my gosh, I know these. No boundaries. So saying yes for the sake of saying yes, like absorbing everyone's pain and emotions, but no boundaries is meaning like, since it is the last one in the zodiac and it's the one that's like the void and like no separation, right? It is, we are one sign. So obviously the shadow is we have no boundaries. Like, I am you, you are me, which we are and we're not. This is Gemini medicine, and I'm recording this we're still Gemini in Vedic and Cancer in Cancer season in tropical. And so as I'm recording this, we're also in the medicine of being the sacred messenger of the divine, which is Gemini, the communicator, the loving and living the paradox of this life in this body, the being curious of this interrelatedness between beings and air beings, because we're speaking beings. And Cancer, the water, the sacred mother, the great mother, the mothering ourselves. So may you continue in these last few weeks of the North Node in Pisces Virgo. May you really tend what you need to and nurture and nourish the places within your body and soul that you need to. And may you let go of the order, the systems that people are promising you that will sell you whatever it is. But that you really reconnect with your own soul mandala, your own soul stamp, your own soul imprint that is lived through your daily life, and also through the sacred lens of what you came in with, through you can do Akashic record. There's so many different ones. My love is astrology, numerology, archetypes, and human. I think I said them all. The next one, so no boundaries, absorbing everyone's pain, to constant confusing chaos. Like, that is such a gray cloud in Pisces Shadowland. The savior complex that I already spoke about, and forgetting that each one has their own soul path, because in the we are one language, but in the true shadow realm, it's like we forget that it's not actually up to us to save each other. It's up to us to live in our own shine and in our own knowing that we are satiated. We are satiated beings in essence. Like, we already come in fullness and wholeness. And when we can shine from that space, then we're actually just being a mirror to another being. We do not have to save. We do not have to fix. We do not have to make better for another person, their suffering and their pain. We can sit with, we can hold, we can gift. There's so many other things we can allow. We can embrace others, but not save them, not fix them, not control them, etc., etc. Amen. So Virgo, I'm also really trying to go fast, if you know me and you've watched my last videos, because the last ones have literally cut off because it's been overheating. When I record outside, it doesn't overheat. For some reason, it's been overheating inside. So with Virgo, which is healing through the devotion, if Pisces is healing through surrender, Virgo has been healing through devotion. And the anew collective chapter is from healing ourselves to healing humanity. It's to living in that whole humanity, that we are one human family together. So it's from how do I heal to how do I contribute. It's from how do I heal to how do I become a steward of the future. This is all Aquarius language that we're speaking about, my dears. I did not write the Virgo light and the Virgo shadows. I'm just going to let that be. I've already spoken about the OCD-ness. I love it. I think that's why I wrote it, because my South Node is in Virgo. So I'm like, and I've been feeling like for the last 24 hours, a lot more calm. The pressure, I just got my moon. I was sick. I overdid. Oops, I did it again. I had a few days where I needed to be go, go, go. But I also tried to slow down, but energetically it was a lot for my body. So yeah, you've heard me talk about the OCD-ness and the perfectionism. So we're gonna leave it at that, okay? All right. You can ask me in the comments if you have more questions about Virgo light and Virgo shadow. So we're gonna be moving into Aquarius, our North Node for the next 2 years, beginning July sometime. is going to be in Aquarius. So the light of Aquarius is we are one global human community. So it's from that knowing that we are one divine community to yes, and we are one global human community. So it's co-creating with others energy. It's innovating through new systems and technologies. We know this. New technologies is totally Aquarius land. New economies, seeing the sacred value in every human being equally. Being in your authenticity as the exchange. So your authenticness, your uniqueness, your flyer freak flag, that's one of the great sacred themes of Aquarius. Not having to fit in or belong, thinking generations ahead, building what doesn't exist yet, liberating ourselves from outdated systems and conditionings, and remembering that to be your own sacred rebel by reveling in what has been revealed to you uniquely. So God has many specific ways in which your uniqueness is medicine for others. It's medicine for yourself and it's medicine for others. And so that is what is being revealed in the next 2 years. Is like, what is your uniqueness? What is your special sauce? How much are you repressing it? And that wisdom lives between us, not just within us. So you know the teaching of like, you are the sacred teacher, which you are. And together, imagine two sacred beings being the sacred teachers. Like, oh my God, how much we can create and love and be and do. Like, oh, delicious energy that we're moving into. The shadow of Aquarius is detaching and disconnecting from emotional intimacy. I have beautiful beings in my life who have Aquarius, so I know that one well. And not to say that I don't, because one of my favorite poems is called Ice Queen. That it was me, big time, for most of my life, and she still shows up sometimes. Living in the mind, believing intelligence is more valuable than your heart intelligence, rejecting tradition for rebellion's sake. Because remember, since Aquarius is the sacred rebel, sometimes then we reject what has been passed down just to reject it. But then we also have to remember if those sacred values, those sacred things that are being passed down, like, are they really sacred, or am I just rejecting parts of those because I have rejected parts of myself, because others have rejected parts of myself, but in essence, I have rejected parts of myself. Gosh, that was a conundrum. Building technology without soul. So yes, this whole AI, this whole thing that we keep creating and advancing in technology, rather than thinking that that's going to have our soul, is remembering the ones who make whatever. And rather than us shaming right now and moving this conversation to others, you know, they're not doing this and they don't have this and whatever. It's like, whatever we are building, this is where we begin, and we become the sacred mirror. And this is really what we have control over, is whatever we build, starting with our own inner system, our family, the legacy and the love legacy that we're going to be leaving with our family, our children, the people who we touch, everyone who is family in our lives, all of that. It's like all of the technologies that we are building in our everyday life, may it have soul, our soul. And being the dreamer of the future without grounding it into your reality. Boy, do I know this one. So living in the land of, oh my God, I wish it was utopian and all this, but actually not grounding those teachings in your everyday life, being body, relationships, systems, etc. And the Leo, so the Leo light, remember that's our South Node. So, so South Node is South Node is all of the things that I share in the light of the Leo, we all have, and let them just be, right? Let them just be in this moment, in this time. But what we can focus, or the invitation to focus more so on, is the shadow of the South Node. The Leo, just like letting it be and like letting you discern, letting you just give space for the light, because the light already is, but really tending in these last 2 years the shadow part of what I'm about to say of Leo. So the Leo light is, oh my gosh, Leo has so much courage. Like, it's front and center. It is the main actor energy of wanting to create their art for the sake of just loving life and their light. And they have this confidence that exudes and it shares and leads with their light, sharing your joy, being self-expressed, leading with your heart. Oh my gosh, Leo is vulnerable at the core. They're loyal to their loved ones. Your innate play-filled essence wants to just be and come online in this next 2 years. And remembering the generosity, I already mentioned this, but one more time, the generosity and the loyal spirit, the abundant loyal spirit that Leo has for your community. So remember the Aquarius, which is our global community. And so we're moving into, not only do I share my warmth and my generosity to my, to my peeps, to my mimusas, but also sharing it outside globally. That is Aquarius medicine that's wanting of us. And the shadow is needing recognition, needing applause, needing validation. It's the I'm the main character and everything is about me. Like, everything in life is like, everything is about me. Difficulty apologizing and evolving, like forgiving, like moving on, but not move. It's like real forgiveness, like soul shaking, recognizing our humanity and how we are whole, like even in our light and even in our darkest shadows. Like, may we remember that it's about our own embodiment and evolving, and not so much fixating on who is not evolving. Protecting our current identity over the truth of needing our own metamorphosis. So protecting that image, like think main character, like I'm this character in this movie, Leo energy, and like I love that identity that I've created, and like I'm just gonna stay with her. And we're not remembering that she also needs her winter, she also needs her death for an anew identity, even if it's in a nude Leo energy to arise. So attaching to your I'm special status, like my shine gives me this specialness, and attaching to it and performing from that specialness that is really not authentic. So you're performing your authenticity rather than actually just living your authenticity. And using your gifts for personal success mainly. So forgetting that it's also in service of others, and that it can be both. And obviously remember, and if you've heard me say this, we're gonna have seasons that we really only have energy for ourselves. So if in these next 2 years, you really are only having time, energy, space, productivity to support yourself, then grant yourself the grace of that. We're so hard on ourselves and each other for what we think each other should be doing or improving or healing, etc., etc. So please remember, always grant yourself compassion for whatever season you were truly in. Honor that first and foremost. I want to share with you this soul curriculum that we're all being invited and initiated into, whether we're conscious of it or not, to support you for these next 2 years. If one of these or more of these resonate with you, if you want to share in the comments things that you have been tending and embracing in wholeness with the Pisces and the Virgo, and things that you're like looking forward to, or things that you're wanting to move into this Aquarius Leo time that we're all collectively moving into. I'd love to hear, my dears. If you want if you are yearning or wanting any more one-on-one support with your own soul gifts, with your own what season am I in, with remembering and being in a deeper communication with your own soul contract. That's what I do in my one-on-one sessions with my beautiful mystic mimusas. I actually make an audio recording. We have a one-on-one session, and I make them an audio recording with their whole soul mandala through the lens of numerology, astrology, the Vedic and the tropical, the human design, and their archetypes, and also supporting them in whatever season or rite of passage that they are in. Most of the time I am working with beautiful mystic mothers, change makers, healers, who are actually going through a rite of passage. One of my last video, I believe, was about rites of passages, if you want to take a look at it, because that's actually in my own soul mandala. It is about the crossroads. It is about Scorpio and Sagittarius, and my North Node is in Virgo. So I am all about reminding each other that we are our own sacred divine teachers. And yes, we have to live through these metamorphoses, these mamamorphoses, to become anew, to remember that we are ever evolving. We are ever embodying our true nature every single day. It's not about perfecting. It's not about getting to the finish line. It's not about me telling you how to live your life or to give you these specific rituals or routines, but based on your own soul mandala, recognizing what actually you living out your human design, you living out your numerology number, you living out your North Node, and you living it with your children, with your partner, with your work, with your family, with your global community. That's really what it's all about. It's you becoming that love leader, legacy leaver, like the builder of a legacy that you're going to leave behind once we all die. Can we have that global vision of Aquarius, of like long-term thinking, is what Aquarius is really here to teach us. That may our actions, may everything that we share and that we do, may we remember with gentleness and with compassion. Yes, we're gonna say things that trigger. Yes, we're gonna say things that hurt. Yes, we're gonna be messy. We're human, and that's okay. And at the same time, may we remember to look lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes ahead, just like the lifetimes before us, our generations, our lineage, our soul, our gifts. They have always been here, and they are going to continue to be here to support you every single day of your life. So may you remember that you are supported. May you remember that you are loved. And may you remember that everything is always welcomed back home. Amen. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. As you know, if this is the first time that you're hearing one of my videos, all of my offerings are on the storefront on my website, jimenamosqueda.com. My To Poetry, Soul Poetry tarot books, you can actually find them on my website, and it'll take you to Amazon. So if you have any questions, if you have any shares, I'd love to hear. So much love. And it did not turn off. So much love, my dears. Mwah.